Hey everybody, I'm back again. I just wanted to share something. As you guys know, I've been doing a lot of videos, etc. I felt a calling on my life as early as 1997, but I started to feel a real push in 2009 to start sharing things on the internet from YouTube. And I don't know what it was that happened, but I think that something scared me and I pulled my channel down in 2009. So there's something to be said for obeying the Most High. We sometimes think that when we obey Him, we're going to end up not liking what we have to do or whatever. You know, like little kids, we don't want to do it, But, even if I'm afraid, we have to be afraid and do it anyway. I want to be obedient to the Most High because He saved my life, and that is important to me. And I want to be obedient to Him because it's the least that I can do to offer myself for Him. For me, at this time in my life, being obedient to Him is a big deal because I wasn't obedient and I was afraid, and I took my channel down, and I've been afraid to come back, and I'm upset with myself. And I don't talk to anybody about it much. I just get up and I do what I need to do because I feel that I lost time, and I feel that I need to redeem the time, and I just can't say enough, and I can't do enough because I'm full with His word. So that's why you're going to see me here every day. But I just want to tell you guys something. When the Father tells you to do something, do it. Because if you don't do it, you might miss a blessing. But that's not the worst of it. If you don't do it, you might miss the boat. If I would have started this ministry or kept the ministry going from 2009, I'm certain that I would have heard Him before now, before the beginning of this year. We have to be obedient. We have to be obedient. We can't ignore Him. We cannot allow ourselves. We have to fight to listen to Him, even if we don't want to do it, even if we're afraid of these people down here. They can't harm us. He told me, that which you hear in the ear, preach from the rooftops, and fear not them who are only able to kill the body, but fear me, for I am able to take your body and your soul. We don't have to worry about them. We go through things anyway. All my life, I've been afraid of what's going to happen to somebody in my family. I've been afraid to stand up and do what I'm doing now because I didn't want someone to hurt my family. I've been afraid to do almost anything. I think most of my life I've been paralyzed because I lost so many family members when I was little. And so ringing phones are an issue for me. So I keep them on vibrate and I check them. But a ringing phone is not always a good thing for me because phones ring and you hear that your aunt is dead, and you hear that your uncle and your granddaddy and your little brother and now my nephew. And I'm in America. And I want to leave, and I want to take my sons with me and my grandsons because I just want to see, if I stepped foot on Africa's soil with my children and my grandchildren, I could absolutely die right then and there. I would be okay because I don't have money to leave my babies. But at least I gave them this. I showed them the way out. I showed them home, and I showed them the Most High. And those two things, I believe, are worth more than any of these rich white kids in America will ever inherit. I'm telling you. Obedience is important, people. Time is winding down. I hope you understand what I'm telling you. Time is winding down. And when he tells you to do something, you need to get up and do it. Please, I'm begging you. I don't know what's going to happen to us, but I need you guys to pray and stay in your word and fast. Fast. If you can fast till 5 o'clock with water, do it. It is much better if you can fast a full day, but you need to fast and pray. Time is winding. The time is short. I don't know what the deadline is as of yet, but when I get one from the Most High, I will give it to you guys. Okay? I will tell you all. I've been asking him, what is the deadline for us to get off of American soil? And yeah, we have to be obedient. Obedient. I remember when I was a kid. I wanted to learn how to swim because dive, because the kids made fun of me. And I was about 8 years old. There was a 5-year-old who could jump off the high dive, and I could not. I stood up on that high dive, and I would go back and forth. Kids yelling at me, move out of the way because you're not going to do it. Move. Just let us have our turn. You're just playing around. Move. You holding everybody up. Move. So I kept getting up there and I kept getting down, but it was so scary. Same as when I getting on YouTube and getting on. And people, let me tell you, I'm an introvert. So being an introvert makes all of this a whole lot harder for me, because I just like to be by myself. I like to be alone. I like to have my privacy and my private time. And depending on what type of introvert you are, I mean, some of us could just be alone forever. But it's not right. You know, I learned that. I'm grateful that I have children, because I learned about doing things that you don't want to do. Spending time with people because it's the right thing to do and not because you want to do it. Everything is not about what you want to do. But I went back and forth. And finally I went to the edge, and he just did something, I'm sure. I didn't know him that well yet. I believed in God. And I say God because that's what I called him. I went to the edge of the diving board, 12 feet. I looked down and I was terrified. And I said within myself, my lips never moved. I said, just do it, Sean. You're not going to die. You only think you're going to die. And I jumped. And as I went down into the water, it felt scary, like I was going to drown. And I quickly swam back to the top, cleared the water off my face, and I said, oh, wow. Whew. That was scary, but I did it. And then I had to do it again and again and again. And the fear dissipated. So what I wanted to share with you guys is this: that when we do the things that we do, this type of ministry especially, we're not doing it because we're so unafraid. And we're not doing it because we're such warriors and we're powerful. And we are just brave and ready. We are doing these things because we want to be obedient. We want this thing so bad. I want to win souls so badly. I want to win souls so badly. I believe there's a crop of souls that belong to me that I get to harvest. And I believe that I lost time and I missed out on some of that harvest. No, I won't collect them. I won't even know some of their names. But my Father will know the work that I did. And I could have done more, and it bothers me. And so now I'm working, and I'm relentless. And I don't care what happens now, because I believe that through Satan, Lucifer, Slewfoot, the devil, our enemy, messing around in here all that time, he stole from me. And I want my stuff back. And that's why I'm here. I want souls. My entire life with the Most High, I've prayed for souls. The souls of my children, the souls of my grandchildren, and the souls of anybody that I'm able to come in contact with, even over a video. I never have to meet you. You never have to make a comment. You never have to push the thumbs up button, really. But as long as I know that people are being saved, people are getting wisdom, insight, knowledge, understanding, awakening, I'm happy. Thank you, Father. Because I was asleep. And when I was asleep, people did things to me. And some people watched me. And they knew. And they could have helped me. They could have spoken up. And I won't do it to people. Since I see something coming, I'm telling you it's coming. We don't have the luxury of being disobedient anymore. Obedience is a life or death situation now. The difference between life and death for you is obedience. The first death and the second death. You could die early because you didn't listen. Don't be like me. I was busy working. And so I'm late. And I'm mad at myself. How did I get through 2019 and not know when I had this dream all those years ago? Disobedience. It's an ugly thing. I believe the Most High let me do it. He might get me over there on time. I don't know. But still, when I woke up this year, when I had some dreams. I had a dream, and I had the other dream come back to me from my dream vault in June or July. And I said, oh my God, the year of return. I'm looking at all this stuff. And I thought the year of return was 2020 because I found this date for Jamestown, Virginia. I live in Virginia. I found this date and it said, okay, 2020. But those weren't the first slaves, right? But maybe slaves in my family, I don't know. My mama's side of the family's from Maryland, Could be. But then I found these videos. I come across these videos where people are talking about the year of return. And my sister in Christ, she went to Africa last year. And I still wasn't catching it. She came back and she had so much to tell me. And I still wasn't catching it. So he let me sleep. And I believe he did it to teach me a lesson. This has never happened to me before. I'm always ahead of the game. But I slept through. And when I say I slept, I mean I was so busy with work and arguing with my husband. We're separated now. I left. But I was so busy and distracted with the nonsense that I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't hear. You can't hear when you don't sit down, settle down, be still, and know that he is Yah. You're not going to hear. You won't receive anything. So I'm upset with myself. But it's all good. I'm redeeming the time. As for you, you don't get to do what I did. This is it for us people. We have to be focused now. When he says to do something, you got to get up and do it. If you're afraid, it's okay. I'm doing this afraid. The fear will go away later. That's the way it's always been. First time I ever got up on stage at church and sang, the fear had to go away later. And most of the days that I got up there, it was still there. Even if it was, my church was small. It was probably 50 people. So, don't matter. You have to ignore it. The Most High is with you. He'll take care of you. You have to tell yourself that those butterflies in your stomach are just your mind, and your mind is in the way. Okay? So I'm going to share something with you guys that I wrote. And I'm going to end this because this is a long video. It goes like this. Even those of us who press forward and fight this battle seemingly without flaw or fear, like little children, reach out in the night for the Most High to dry our tears, afraid and haunted in mind by foes as gargantuan as Goliath in stature. But still we march on with a sling and stones, fearfully, faithfully, knowing that the Most High will handle the matter. As we load our stones into our slings, we pray with bated breath, as earthly giants yield to his power. Like timber, they fall to their deaths. Think not that I am without fear when you see me charging on, for I understand this to be true. It's always darkest before the dawn, and though weeping may endure for a night, I place my confidence solely in the fact that Yahweh has assured me in the end, this fight, we win. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned and be blessed.